back with another needy movie time. And last time we watched Kingsman, The Secret Service. So tonight we are continuing on our adventure, or our action-packed February with Kingsman, The Golden Circle. So Cora, what do you remember from last time?
Last time there was a boy named Eggsy. I called him Eggs. And he was hired to be a spy. And he did a bunch of tests. He thought he was going to die in one. And, yeah, that's how I remember.
Did he become the spy?
Yes and no.
Did he have to shoot his dog?
No. Okay, yes,
No, he didn't shoot his dog.
my dad.
And we lost the main one that recruited him, Galahad, in probably one of the coolest action scenes that had so much death in it. When he killed an entire church full of people, basically. And what was the bad guy's plan in that one? He wanted to fix global warming by killing most everyone. Like Agent Smith, he was calling mankind a virus, a disease. So, alright, well, we're not going to take up much more time. We're going to go ahead and jump into this one so we can see what Cora thinks of this. We will see you after the movie.
Bye.
Eggsy, I saw in you what someone once saw in me. Something that can't be taught. The makings of a Kingsman. Being a Kingsman is more than the clothing we wear or the weapons we bear. It's about being willing to sacrifice for the greater good. I hope you're ready for what comes next. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. For what is a man? What has he got, if not himself? Then he has got the wreckage shows. I took the road and did it my way. Oh my God, Harry.
Alright, Cora, so we just finished watching The Kingsman, The Golden Circle. So what was this movie about?
So we basically carry on after that fight from the last movie.
I mean, it picks up like a year later.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And Charlie came back and attacked Eggsy. What was different about Charlie, though?
Well, but,
Yep.
I'm gonna smack us my robot to the moon.
keep going. That was a pretty impressive first fight for the movie, right? Does he beat him?
Yep. And the robot arm still lives.
And it hacks into the Kingsman computer, and then what?
And almost every single Kingsman, except Eggsy
And Merlin.
and Merlin, dies from explosion.
Yeah. Even JB, his poor little doggy.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, he was with his girlfriend, the princess from the first movie.
So she still lives.
So, what does Merlin and Eggsy do, since it's just the two of them?
They go ahead and get their super secret weapon, which they only know about, kind of. One of them knows
And what does this thing turn out to be?
Drunken,
A bottle of whiskey.
which is drunk. But
Which
yes,
leads them?
drunk.
No. Where does it lead them? To Kentucky, in the USA.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
He actually made that joke. I didn't know if you caught that. He said that because he was kind of blurring his words. Anyways, so when they get to Kentucky, what group do they run into?
The whiskey. Oh, the whatever.
The Statesman.
The Statesman, I mean.
And they start interrogating him because they don't believe him. Because they don't know about the Kingsmen. And what do we find out?
They didn't literally have one of the Kingsmen. They just don't know.
Who did they save?
Charles, wait, no.
Harry.
Harry, I mean, yeah. Harry Potter.
Actually, I was kind of surprised that you didn't recognize this movie's version of Arthur, who was played by Dumbledore.
Oh.
When I kept rushing you to tell me who was that at that table. Okay, can you leave that alone? But, yeah, that was Dumbledore. And then we learn about the new villain of the movie, and who is the new villain?
A girl selling drugs.
What's her name?
Poppy.
Yep. And, what is Poppy's goal?
To get money.
Well, that, but she wants to poison all her customers because she sells illegal drugs, and she wants the world to stop criminalizing drugs so she can sell it legally and make even more money openly without having to be in hiding. And the president, he is perfectly okay with that plan. He's like, okay, good. You go ahead and you kill all your customers, then we don't have any problems with drugs anymore, because everybody who does drugs will be dead.
Yeah, but that's also kind of a bad president, but also a good president. And because if you kind of think about it, I'm not on the bad guy's side, but if all the people that do drugs are dead, it's a good scene. But he's a bad president because he's basically letting half of the entire he's letting half of the entire state that he ruled.
It's country.
Half of the entire country to die.
It's not half, it's less than half. I'd say it's like 30%. I mean, that would still be a big, cut. At least it's not like the last bad guy's plan, who wanted to eliminate 80% of the world's population. This one only wants to eliminate like 30 to 40% of the world's population. So it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I could see both sides too, because if you do get rid of all the people who do drugs, that'll make everybody else spectacle of doing drugs in the future. Like, oh, that tainted drug could still be out there.
But on the other hand, he is also a bad president because he's basically letting 30% of the country die.
Well, our country has a strict, we do not negotiate with terrorists policy. And that's supposed to be like ironclad. But anyways, moving on. So, they have to get the antidote, and then when they fail to get the antidote, they have to go after Poppy herself. There's a big showdown. They finally succeed, and that's basically the end of the movie. Don't
tell me you forgot the important details.
We're not going to go over every little tiny detail.
The entire movie.
We're just talking about the big key points. Like the fact that Poppy kidnapped Elton John. And made Elton John her prisoner because she was obsessed with Elton John. She even named her dogs Benny and Jet. Which is this Elton John song, Benny and the Jets. Anyways, alright, when we come back, we will give our final scores and thoughts on this movie. So we will see you all in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend, Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Alright, we're back. Cora, the Kingsmen, the Golden Circle. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this movie?
10 out of the 10.
Why 10 out of 10?
But still awesome.
Still awesome?
I want them to come out with the 100th movie.
Oh, I don't know if they'll do 100 movies.
I want to see this until I die.
Who is your favorite character?
Eggs.
Eggsy still? Did you have any particular scene that you really liked the most? bunch of those fight scenes were really good. We got a recreation of the first fight scene from the first movie, only it didn't quite go as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I think your favorite scene, though, if I had to guess, I think your favorite scene was probably the scene with the dog.
Which one?
The one that you called. The one you kept saying, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then they finally did it, and you were so happy.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, like, I felt like I seen, like, a clip from the movie, and it was that scene, and I was like, get a dog, and get a gun, and get a gun. Get a little dog, get a gun. Do what he did, and make him a memory. So get a dog, get a gun, get a gun, get a dog. Certain to shoot the dog.
Yeah.
Get a gun. Yeah, it's literally like that until the scene finally happened.
Which of the two groups do you like more? Do you like the Kingsmen or the Statesman?
Boss, but if I had to choose one, Kingsman and I watched it more.
You like the Kingsmen more? Yeah, we have a cat outside who's meowing like crazy. It really bothers our dog. I'm surprised she's not going crazy right now. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. We don't need a copy. We don't need an echo. Anyways, moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Kingsman the Golden Circle probably also a 10 out of 10. I just realized, too, that in this movie, that the actor who plays Eggsy played Elton John in the movie Rocket Man, which came out shortly after this movie. So, I mean, they must have built up a real big friendship in this movie. And, yeah, I mean, I was kind of sure, but I wasn't sure. And I think he was also the voice of the gorilla in the movie Sing. I'd have to check, but I think he was the voice of the gorilla in Sing. And I think he sings an Elton John song in that, too. So, okay, Cora. The next one we're going to watch is going to be a prequel, which is going to take place a long time before this one. So, unless they make more, I have to ask you this very important question. Which movie did you like more? The first Kingsman or this one?
This one.
You like this one more? Why?
More action, more comedy, which I didn't get, and more tones, which I did not expect / cliffhangers.
I'd have to go with the first one because it had that beautiful sidekick with the swords for legs.
Sorry!
I know I'm a simp for her, but and I think the first one was just a tad bit funnier than this one. I didn't like the fact they killed off Merlin. I really wanted, like, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, they're going to deactivate it and take him in, and that's when they're going to get the opening to go in themselves. But no, he freaking died, and that's kind of sad because he was, like, really good part of this. And if they're going to make a sequel that takes place after Kingsman 2, I would have loved to see him return, but...
Did you want him in the next movie?
Yeah, but...
I asked you the exact same question!
I wanted him to be Merlin still, and I wanted Harry to take the new place as the new Arthur. And Eggsy to be Galahad permanently. And then we see them bring in some other people. But, alright, that is going to go ahead and wrap up this review as there's a dog and cat fight going on outside. So, yeah, we want to thank you all for watching. We hope you'll come back next week where we will be watching the prequel, which neither one of us has seen before. So, with that said, we'll see you next week.